What?
Okay, just start over.
You're baiting me so hard. Oh my god.
Yeah,
All right.
just
So what's
start.
up, guys? This is the first CR Melee podcast that I know of, or at least in a very long time. It's an idea that Adam's had for a while. Zaandaa. I'll probably be calling Adam most of the time. Sorry, but like, it's an idea that he's had for a while, and
Oh,
we were
everybody's had
inspired
this
by.
idea.
Yeah, the Smash 4 kids also previously did one, and that definitely inspired us. So now we revived both of them at once, and we're in there.
Yeah, and we got more people in the chat too. So, if you want to talk to us, feel free to say whatever you want in the chat. We're mostly going to be talking about Melee PR stuff, because we're going to be doing a Melee PR after these next two upcoming tournaments. That's the Thursday weekly tomorrow and the Friday monthly at RPI. So
Yep. So on this show, I know last time they spent a good chunk talking about UGC as opposed to Uprising. I'm thinking we're probably going to be more focused on like local capital region and upstate results because that's the kind of stuff like that's our scene, of course. And a lot of people talk about UGC. Like I don't know, we're probably the only people talking about these kinds of things.
yeah, and what better way to do it than by letting people call in and try to explain why they should be number one in the region in no particular uh, way of handling it.
Yes, of course. So do you want to start out with like preliminary, like kind of basic general idea where people rank right now, or like what the skill keeper said? We can go with that.
Yeah, I want to do like a little overview. Like who are the most active people and like who are the front runners, you could say.
All right, go for it, man.
Um, okay, well, the exact number we don't know yet. We don't. This is not the official panel or anything like that. So keep that in mind. Although we're talking about the upcoming PR, this isn't necessarily the exact PR that we're going to talk about. It's probably going to change a little bit, even though like Billy and I are probably going to be on the panel. Um, we're gonna figure some stuff out. Either way, we have I think a pretty clear number one in Toussaint. He's been pretty dominant, and then we have like a clear top six or so with GSO, Spike, me, you, Pig. Then we got a bunch of people vying for that next tier. Mankow
Seven through 10 slots. We are probably going to do 10 this time. We're thinking,
Yeah.
as opposed to 8 as we did for the last couple.
Yeah, and then we got a bunch of like RPI people and sand and other stuff that we all have to figure out who exactly would make a top 10. So
Yes.
we're
So
going
to say
through
a
a
little
bunch of
more,
data
so
today.
yeah, Toussaint, a lot of you might know him, or you might have known him before he came to PL, if like you're from this area. Up and coming Puff player from Tri-State is taking a lot of the names off of those guys down there. Like he's beaten DJ, Moon, J Flex. Like I know Vino, he just beat recently. Smuckers, like he's taken out like all those guys like on the PR at some point, I think. So obviously very good. We're anticipating like a strong performance from him in CR, and he didn't disappoint. He only dropped one set the whole season. So yeah, he will be number one undisputably. I think it was just the first week in one set of grand finals to you, right? That's the only one.
Yeah, just the first week he was here.
Yeah, first week he was here. The Falcon was a little crazy. He wasn't ready for it, but since then he's adapted, and he's been looking dominant against people. Like you've had a couple close calls with him. Like I think you took him to Game 5 one or two other times,
Yeah.
and but besides that, man, like he looks dominant over other players. Like I think we've had 4 or 5 sets. I've taken like 3 games. Like he beats me pretty badly.
He
Pig
doesn't
and
drop many games.
yeah, he beats people like pretty convincingly. Yeah, I wouldn't say that he's like going super try hard, but like he is playing Puff most of the time and stuff. Like, and he's not like messing around with secondaries a lot.
Have
He's
you
just
even
kind
seen
of
him
like
go
winning.
secondaries in tournament?
I don't know. No, I can't think of a time. I don't know if it's happened, but like yeah, I've seen him go Puff when I've seen him play.
Yeah, definitely no secondaries on stream that I know of. Actually, no, there was the one. There was the week
Doubles.
that I teamed with Spike, and we played against Pig and Toussaint. Although that wasn't streamed in doubles. They went Fox Puff game 1, and I think Saint was the Fox. Like, I can't
I
imagine
would
it being
I would
Pig.
think so.
But that didn't work out for them. And then Double Puff. Uh, Spike didn't Spike didn't really handle that too well either. I mean, I didn't really hold my own either, but
Yeah,
um,
so maybe like in double, I've seen him play like Zelda in doubles, like when he's trying to have a fun time. But yeah, definitely a puff guy. Okay, so he's the clear number one. After that, there's a bit of a drop off, and the guy who is definitely number two for skill keeper and like I would say like general like overall skill, I guess like is GSO, who is old school player. I would say relatively old school. He's been around for a while at this point. He's a Fox player from Vermont or Long Island originally, but he's been residing in Vermont for a bit now. And he's kind of an interesting guy because like he comes to see our stuff, but like he's local. He's like 50 minutes from us, you know. So it's weird. Like we're kind of like the closest thing he has to a scene, even though we're far away from him. And as such, he is considerably less active than most of the other players, right?
hmm. Yeah, I mean,
I
he
don't
hasn't
know.
really gone to that much. He went to Jalapeno and Cayenne and Uprising and One Monthly. Is that it?
Yes. So he comes out to the bigger stuff, and then the monthlies, we were hoping he would be able to make it to more of those, but unfortunately, those did not fall in the best dates for him this time around. So that is really unfortunate.
Yeah, he'll at least be around for Friday, but probably unable to enter bracket, unfortunately.
Yeah. So
I hear you might have a money match
GSO,
with him or something.
perhaps, we'll
Perhaps.
see. Like this guy, in previous seasons, like last season, he showed a dominance over you, myself, and Pig, who were like likely the next guy is on the PR. I think I was five, right? Who else was above me? It was
Um,
GSO, you. Who else was above me?
well,
Was
the
it
last
Darwin
one
still?
was the last one
It
was
was
a
a
year
year
ago,
ago.
so Darwin.
Yeah. Yeah, so neither of us, or none of us, like we couldn't take a set off him. This guy, he was just too good. Like Adam got very close multiple times. I had
Well,
one
yeah,
close encounter with him.
he
Pig had
has
some close
had
sets.
he has had close encounters, you could say, with just
Close
about everybody.
encounters with this.
But he has actually never dropped a set to any of me, you, Pig, Spike.
Pig. Yeah, so he has shown that he's just able to clutch it out over us. The interesting thing for GSO that I'm gonna bring up this season is he has not played against the other top six people. Like out of the top six, he hasn't played against three of us, which in my opinion is kind of problematic for a power ranking.
Yeah.
Because he's been to considerably fewer events and has had no interaction. He hasn't been to any of the same events as myself or Toussaint, and then he has been to a couple of the same event. No, like I don't know how many you've entered, but he's been to at least like one or two of the same events as you. But you guys just haven't encountered each other in the bracket yet. So I guess we can discuss the activity thing later. That's why I'm up in the air with what to do with him right now. But clearly number two as far as skill goes.
Yeah. Well, same line of activity. You could say Spike's up there too. So he also
Yes.
hasn't gone to as much. He's gone to one. No, he's gone to both RPI monthlies and Jalapeno, and at least one weekly.
Yeah, 1 PL.
He will be
Thanks.
there this Friday though, so that'll be good.
Yes. So Spike, another guy, I believe he's from Jersey originally. He had
Yeah.
a very quiet year last year as a freshman. Like literally, he didn't enter any tournament in upstate New York. We played him in friendlies, like myself, you, a couple other guys. Like we could tell he was good, like maybe even a little better than us, but we just didn't know what to do with him because we didn't have the results to work with. This time around, we do have some results. And I'm still not exactly sure what to do because my gut tells me that he's probably ranked number 3, but he does have some holes in his record that kind of show.
Yeah, he's the first guy to bring like a triangle into all of this, since like he does have this puff weakness, it seems, and then like he consistently beats me. So
Yeah.
we have a little triangle.
The data we have from him is he has lost to GSO a few times now because
Yep,
they
3 matches.
Yeah, they played at the first big monthly jalapeno, and then he got double eliminated the last monthly, or the first big event the last monthly. I have one set with him. It was extremely close. Like, could not get much closer, and I did drop it, and I haven't gotten a chance to play with him again. So he has a 1-0 record over me. Against you, he's beaten a handful of times now. Like, he kind of just has a read on your
Yeah.
play style or whatever. Like, he makes it look like disproportionately like dominant for their skill levels. And then against Pig and Toussaint, he has not taken a game off of either of them. And granted, we're only talking 2 sets here, but like both of those sets were pretty convincing. So then, who do you want to talk about next? Like, it's me, you, Pig. So I guess yourself.
Um, yeah, well, the three of us have been the more active typically, like say over the summer. We're typically the top three locally. GSO, Toussaint, and Spike. They really only go to, or they would either go to the larger events or are newly like locally active in Toussaint's case. So like
Yeah,
that's the more historic local active Thursday group. Um, and I've dropped a lot more sets this season, so I've made more of a I've made it a lot harder for myself, I suppose.
yeah.
Um,
Historically, you would be on top of that trio right there. Because in the past like year or so, like we've had me take like some sets off you, but overall you have a strong record against me. And then similar idea with you versus Pig. Like at times it's been like there have been periods of times where like they'd be like trading sets more or less 1 for 1, but then there'd be a lot more times it's just like you're dumb. Not like significantly more, but like there'd be more times where you just like dominate him, whereas he wasn't really doing that to you as much.
yeah, we haven't had very many extended times of like trading sets, as far as I know.
Uh, I
Like
don't. I can
this
think of
year,
like a month or two, probably where you guys were going back and forth a lot. So I'd count that as like a decent amount of time. I'd have to see the records for the entire year, but yeah, historically, like it's a little bit closer between you and him than me and you.
I don't think you
And
want to see the record for the
again,
whole year.
yeah, I'd have to see that. And then Pig does really well against me. There was a time when I was actually beating him like a bunch, but it's that time has since passed, and he now is doing pretty well against me again. So we're not really sure exactly what to do with Adam, myself, and Pig. Uh, Adam is probably going to be number 4. I'm thinking. Kind of makes the most sense in my opinion. And
Seating
then
wise, it makes the most sense to me. Like,
at skill keeper wise, also agrees.
uh, yeah, skill keeper is like me over Spike though, so interesting there. That's just more activity favored by its algorithm. But then interestingly, skill keeper favors you over Pig, despite he has many more sets played than you, and uh, like he always seems to have the edge over you.
Yeah, but for some reason, it just knows. It just knows. I don't know why. Like, it might be counting my sets versus you. It might be holding them highly valuably. That could be it. I'm
Yeah,
guessing that's it because he has the win over Spike, and I don't have a win over Spike. So it doesn't. I don't see what else really is
mm,
rewarding me so heavily, but
I'm probably higher
whatever.
because I have a win over Toussaint.
That's also true. Yes, and then if you beat Toussaint, I beat you. Like you kind of know how that goes. But
I also have a much higher win percent overall though.
you could be right. Could be right. But also the other thing with me and Pig that we might have to keep take into account is our out of region performances, which are actually they're pretty comparable again. So we're gonna have to look over things like that.
Yeah,
We both have some slightly questionable losses outside the region and some decent wins.
yeah.
So
You want to compare those now?
I guess so. I would say some of the lower ends of my losses, not to put anyone on blast. When I traveled to Buffalo, I lost to Jank and Elu, Luigi player from Rochester, without getting too many significant wins. I did beat like Higgins and Frozen Flame, but like I was probably expected to beat them. So not the best showing for me. Like not absolutely, like it's not atrocious, but not really doing too much for saying me over Pig. Whereas at Rumble in the Tundra, Pig did beat, like, he took a set off Pyro. He had a very close one, Pika Pika, but did lose to him. And then who else did Pig beat? Pig also had a close at Funk Doctor. So the Pyro win makes it better than mine, in my opinion, and his losses are a bit better. So that's a good showing from him. We have other stuff, like there was a Q Spy Weekly where he lost to Sans, who I think is ranked like 8 through 10 range of the Central New York power rankings. And he lost to, who was it? Was it Saint? Or Poonslayer, I think that's who it was. So again, like, not bad losses. And he did beat the legendary Hungry Pigeon. So like that's like a good showing for him overall. Whereas at that bi-weekly, I beat Bag, but I did lose to Chainmook and Nick, who I think Nick is roughly equivalent to Bag, so it's not too bad. Not too bad of a showing. As far as just like wins and losses, though, like I don't think Pig has too many big wins this season. Do you know about those? Like,
Not really. You're following most of the upstate overall stuff.
Yeah, like he did beat Pika Pika at Uprising, the last event, which I didn't attend. But the thing is, he also lost to Pika Pika on the run back in losers brackets, so it's kind of weird. Like I don't know what to do with that exactly. I double eliminated Poonslayer, who's a pretty strong player at 1 week, and an Odiana bi-weekly. Shout out to those guys. And I lost to J-Mook twice, so that's a pretty good showing for me overall, actually. Anything else? I don't know. At some of the bigger events, Pig dropped a few questionable sets. Like he did drop some sets to who was it? Like Patches, who did pretty well at tournament, but he generally be seated below Pig. Sai from New England, who I don't really know what to say about him. Like, how good do you think Sai is?
It's really hard to tell. He's an older
Luigi. Yeah, because Luigi seems to be a weird matchup for Pigs. He also lost to Brolita, our resident Luigi player, who is not incredibly active, but he has been around for a bit now.
And will likely be joining us.
Likely be joining us very soon. So, I don't know what to do with me and Pig. I would say out of region, I've had a slightly better overall. Because my losses, I would say, are slightly more forgivable, whereas my wins are like maybe a little better. I don't know. Yeah, Pig might also have some more wins and losses, so if he wants to come on and argue his case, I would be glad to have him.
Yeah.
I don't want to just be like...
It'll be really interesting on Friday to see what happens.
Yes.
As far as I know... well, I actually don't know if he's going Thursday and Friday, but it sounds like he's going to at least Friday. And you said maybe not Thursday, but Friday, yes.
Yeah, I see there's some confusion in the chat. They think we're talking about Dudu Sai, who is also at this event, but we're referring to Sai, PSI, his brother, who is the Luigi player. So like we know Dudu Sai is really good. We're not exactly sure about Sai. Like he's solid. I would say it's actually not that bad of a loss, to be honest. Do you want to talk about 7 through 10 then, also, real quick?
Well, yeah. So that's where we start to start reaching, I guess. Mankow's the one that's been standing out lately, and he's shown kind of steady improvement over this season. Like he dropped some like sets that at the time weren't really questionable, but now like looking back on it, if you take into account the whole season equally, then it's like, oh well, do we really want to rank him over say Sand, who's one of the other runners around that area? If I had to guess though, I'd give slight edge to Mankow though.
Yeah, I would say Mankow is the
there.
best case for 7 right now.
Codeman as well. And then there's like a group of RPI players that aren't like as active so much, but like they still have historically done well locally. Like Darwin, Lightning, but like Lightning's been to some of the least stuff from.
Yeah, and that's where you and I. That's where you and I start to like disagree on this kind of stuff.
He is less active than people like GSO and Spike.
Yeah, and if you're less active than GSO, like it's pretty hard to make a case for you being on the PR, especially when your position is not very dominant. Like it's easy for me to say GSO. It's easier to argue for him on there. It's like, well, he's clearly number 2. Like I can't really argue that too much. But like Lightning, it's gonna be hard because like I don't really know exactly where he is. He doesn't have the recent results as much, so I don't know. But anyways, yeah. So we have like Mankow is probably the best case for 7. Other people like Darwin is someone who has historically done well. Like we mentioned, he was ranked 4th on the last PR, but that was as a Falcon player.
And a year ago.
Yes, this was a year ago. Like things have changed a lot. In the meantime, he's switched to Fox, and although his Fox is pretty decent, like it's fundamentally sound and stuff. Like he's dropped some questionable sets that we weren't really seeing before. Like I don't want to mention any names, putting anyone on blast, but we could say
that's what
he's
this is
lost.
for.
That's what this is for, putting people on blast. He has lost to RC, who all getting better and improving in his own right. Like, you know, Darwin is seated above him, so we're kind of expecting those wins from Darwin. Like, I think he's like 0-2 or 1-2 against RC, so that's not the best record if you're trying to make a case for.
Alright, so here's some Darwin stats. He's 3-3 against mankow, 1-1 against Codeman, 1-0 Sands, like 1-0 against Sands, 1-0 against Lightning, 4-0 against Pizza in a Cup, 0-1 against Kevin, KFJ, 1-1 against Foshiz, RC, he's 2-2 against RC, according to this. So I don't know what this random challenger in the chat is thinking.
Yeah, I don't know, man. Either way, I mean, if we're being honest here, like, maybe he's not down in sets against, like, RC, but, like, even being tied with him for his,
those are 2 important losses compared to, say, like, losing to Codeman once. Like, we can excuse that a little bit more. But RC doesn't have as much going for him, unfortunately. He is kind of on that next tier. Yeah. He is kind of on that next tier, though, where, like, he has a chance of upsetting guys, but, like, him, Pizza in a Cup, like, Foshiz, I guess.
Yeah, I'd say Foshiz. Yes, he's beaten most of these guys,
Meals.
so we definitely have to say Foshiz.
KFJ maybe around this area, too. Like, he's kind of in between both, maybe. Spritznok,
yeah,
I would imagine, around there.
Yeah, roughly. So, like they, I don't know. Like, that's the thing that Darwin has going against him. The other guy who I think has a strong case for 8 is Codeman, though.
Yeah. So I would think that Codeman, that is, Sand and Mankow, are probably, like, the 3 strongest after the top 6.
Yeah.
Especially them being the most active as well. On the other hand, though, if we had slightly more data for, like, Lightning, I do think that he would be above both of those guys, but it's just something that's really hard to say without that data.
I mean, it's just, like, that's the problem. Like, we have to go out on a limb here and say, like, oh, well, Lightning would be. It's like, well, we just don't know if he would be. Like, that's the problem. Like, we actually don't. Like, you can guess that all you want, but, like, even if the records show, like, oh, this is probably what would happen, like, he has to execute that.
Yeah, another person that is actually kind of inactive around this area too is that Brolita guy.
Brolita, number 2 at RPI, but
maybe this is a good chance to bring him in if he's ready.
Should we bring him on? I think
we covered just about everything, unless you want to go into detail.
So I think people have a pretty good idea. Like, we have a top 1-2 established pretty well. 4 through 6, we got to work around with that a bit. 7, probably Mankow, and then 8 through 10, it's really, like, up in the air.
Yeah, bunch of people up for grabs.
Alright, so
it's really going
to
be determined after, like, tomorrow and Friday.
Sorry, guys. Click.
Yeah.
Alright, bringing him in. What?
Different guy.
Wrong guy.
What?
Body. I don't know how Darwin got in. Did you go to drag it and he like showed up?
No.
Darwin, get out of here. Wait, what? I just asked Corey if he was ready.
Is Darwin secretly an admin?
Oh, wait. Should I get out?
We'll bring you in like 10 minutes. 10 minutes. Guys, it's a little preview.
Woo! CR Illuminati.
Is he secretly an admin?
I don't know. How did Darwin get these privileges? What the heck? Alright, I'm bringing Brolita in. Enough of that.
Oh, that's fictional.
Yo, Darwin infiltrated the
Yeah, I saw, dude.
How did he do it? How did he do it?
I don't know. It's a magic.
He's making the case.
So yeah, I've been listening along. I agree with pretty much everything you've said. I think if I just had to introduce myself, hello, I'm Brolita. I'm probably the most inactive player, even in discussion, by a fairly large margin.
It's pretty
like
close with you and Lightning, man. You're up there.
I'm at 2 tournaments over the course of 1 weekend.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, let me see. Yeah, you're 8-4. You have that 66 win percent, which is
Hey, it's better than average. I
that's
think.
that's tied with Lightning, who is 14-7.
Wow.
Yeah.
But
I did.
like it's better than
I mean,
it's better than everyone other than like even mankow's at 63. So you and Lightning are at 66 win percent. That makes you guys 7-8. Good job.
yeah. So I mean, like, there's a discrepancy between like seeding and PRing, right? So, in my opinion, if you were to seed me in a tournament with everybody in CR, I think 8 would probably be where I would seed me. 8 or 9, 10, somewhere in that range. I think I'm in that band of skill. But there's also this question of what's fair in terms of ranking. And so, like, it's not really fair to give me, who's entered 2 tournaments, like, a higher ranking on the PR, because you haven't really seen, like, was that variant? Like, what's the variance measure, you know?
Well, actually, we kind of have seen a large variance from you. We've seen maybe the biggest out of anyone.
Yeah.
In the 2 tournaments you've entered, you actually beat someone as strong as Pig, which is very rare. Like, people in your tier, actually, like the 7 through 10, like that does not happen actually very much. Like, Pig does not drop sets, but you beat him in one of the 2 tournaments you entered. However, I think you also lost to Beetle in your first match back.
Yeah,
So it's
so
like we have a very big
Yeah.
variance.
The John is, of course, it was my first tournament set back in a year. So obviously there was like this whole, relearning the motions thing.
Yeah.
But I'm not going to take away the win from Beetle. I lost. Like, it took me, like, a game should have been long enough and a game wasn't long enough. It took me until, a couple, like 2 sets to really get back into it.
Yeah.
So I agree. I think the variance on me is pretty interesting. I mean, if you look at the people around me, it's kind of crazy because I have a loss to Beetle, right? So I have 4 losses, obviously, from 2 tournaments that I didn't win.
Like Beetle, mankow, I think.
Yeah, Spike and Adam, Zaandaa.
Yeah, we can actually name all of your losses. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah, like, you can count them, but you look at the losses there, and you're like, well, one of these things is not like the other.
Oh my.
No offense to Beetle, no shots. I take my L, but it was definitely like an out there variance moment.
Yeah.
I do have a win over Codeman. Similarly, I'd like to say my set against mankow was pretty interesting because 2 sets because we played twice. So one was a last hit, last stock situation. Sorry, Xeon. I also played and beat Xeon. I beat him it was my first tournament game with Sheik that I won.
Oh wow.
And then yeah, we played 2 sets. One set was really close, and honestly, I just am not as clutch of a player as he is. So he clutched it out.
The mankow clutch, that's my boy.
But the other set wasn't very close. It was like a 2 stock and a 3 stock. But
so you're saying your win was pretty convincing, whereas the loss was like.
But I still think mankow's a better player than me. I think I just know them. I would call myself very good at the Falco matchup. So
yeah, you did beat Zoo once, right?
Yeah, well, it was a money match, so with an asterisk, but I have a set win over Zoo, which is kind of crazy. It's like probably the craziest thing that anybody from this region's ever pulled off, maybe?
That 2 Saint guy did beat DJ Nintendo.
Okay, that's fair.
And Moon. And IBDW. And also GSO's beat.
Alright, well, shut up. Toussaint I actually totally blanked that Toussaint was in the region.
Yeah, it's weird, man, because like we think of him as the tri-state player, but he's been here for a bit now.
Yeah. I
But
think,
yeah, for like that's crazy.
I think the more and more I think about it, I think I don't agree. I didn't realize the PR was for the whole year, and I think if the PR
Oh
is for
no,
the
it's
whole
just
year,
for the fall.
It's
Oh,
just
it's
we're
football.
yeah, just we're mostly
There
just
just
going with
hasn't
fall.
been one for a year.
it's tough because, yeah, I mean, like I can explain away I can't go to weeklies, because of my schedule, which sucks. Which means a big factor of my inactivity, because I decided to get back into Smash at that weekly that I went to, because I was like, I don't know, I kind of wanted to just do it, so I did.
Yeah, wasn't you versus Vita like your first tournament set in like
A year.
Month.
Yeah,
It
it was
was
a-
a year.
But I mean, I have seen you. Like, you're a regular at RPI Smash Club, are you not?
Yeah, I am. And if friendlies mean anything, I also have a winning record over Darwin. But friendlies don't mean anything.
Well, I think with friendlies was like,
I think we should get
although
Darwin
it
in
was
here.
your first tournament
Same
set,
time.
there's a difference between not touching a controller in a year and like and not entering a tournament.
Right. Okay. Yeah. Sure. That's fair. That's actually really good. That almost over amplifies my achievement if it sounds like I haven't entered a tournament set. But
It's not like
Yeah.
when Ken comes back, like, oh, let me
Yeah,
shake
yeah.
off the rust off this controller. I literally gotta get the cobwebs off it and stuff. It's like,
Yeah.
all right, yeah. Like, I remember like that night, I was surprised to see you. I think like you kind of just went out on a whim. You're like, well, if I happen to randomly be available tonight, like, yeah, let's do
Yeah.
it. Like that's what it kind of seemed like.
yeah, my professor was sick. That's why.
Oh shoot, but we take those. We take those.
We will.
we
Yeah,
we
my
will.
record
He
thing.
says, sit home and study. No thanks.
No, thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, we can bring in if we want. We could do 2 people at once. We could bring in.
Yeah.
Darwin.
Yeah, I'm fine with
You
that.
want to do it? Let's do it.
Yeah, that's fine.
So you're think. So just like go through real quick. So if you had to give a quick top 10, what are you thinking?
I have a huge RPI bias, so
Of course,
That's
everyone
fine.
does.
I think top 6 has already been said. I don't need to establish any further. I think 7 mankow. I think 8 Darwin.
Yeah.
I think 9 Codeman, and I think 10 is either sand or lightning. And if you're not going to give lightning because I don't know if I cut out there.
I did not hear
Yep,
the end of that. You said
briefly.
you're not gonna get
Is that
lightning.
if lightning doesn't get ranked because of inactivity, then I'd give it to sand. Or like
Okay.
if we're factoring inactivity, then I give it to sand.
Okay, that's fair.
That would be my top 10.
I was
All right.
half hoping it'd be like Darwin, Lightning, Kevin. Yeah, then you.
So, like, I don't have-
I mean, to be honest, that's not. I wouldn't call that RPI bias. Like, I actually agree with that for the most part. The only I go back and forth. Like, I'm not decided yet. But yeah, like, there's no one in there that like shouldn't be in there. Like,
Yeah.
It's not like you just said like, yo, let's get my boy Salty Sheik Kid in the building.
Oh,
Like,
dude, SSK definitely top of the region.
number
That
7.
win over Jason. He lost to me at the RPI monthly from a misfire, so that should increase his PRs because that's just shitty luck.
Yeah. Yeah, no disrespect SSK, but he also has not been quite as active. Like we haven't seen him in
yeah.
any weeklies, and he's not really.
I think he just
I've heard.
entered 1 monthly and a Cayenne, I think.
I think, but if we had a Dark Souls PR, he'd be up there right here.
Oh man, and if we had like a salt PR,
Yeah.
I would be confident for a while that I would be up there, but like I feel like he's like 0 on that PR, like
0.
so-
He just gets it automatically.
Well,
All right,
real
anyways,
quick,
without
what-
further ado,
Real quick, what's your Salt PR top 5?
Salt
Salt
PR
PR.
top
Okay. Ooh, all right. Well, let's get Darwin in. I don't want to.
Let's get
Okay,
Darwin.
never
Let's get Darwin. All right, so I hope he's ready. We're just gonna add him. Let's go. Yo, Darwin, are you there? Or are you like watching some Nancy Drew mysteries and I just caught you off guard? Darwin.
Oh, he's
Alright.
there.
All right,
Sorry.
I don't
What's
wanna-
good?
Wait, why am I in here? Oh god, wait, hold on. I can hear the stream. Oh no.
Oh no.
You could hear the stream, but you didn't hear
Billy was
us.
talking twice.
Yeah, mute the stream, remove echo.
Alright.
No, he's muted it.
Okay.
Did you not hear us say, "Let's bring in Darwin"?
No,
I was-
that'd be like 30 seconds later.
Look at that delay. There's a lot
Anyway.
of lag on that. A lot of startup.
So, I want to derail because I think the salt PR would be pretty funny.
As long as it's like a
Because-
minute long.
Yeah. We'll just go real quick. All right, number one has got to be SSK. It's got to be.
All right.
I'll take number two. I'm confident with number two. I've had some pretty salty moments in the past. My first set loss to you, I have outside circumstance to that set loss making me that as salty as it was. But
Are you referring to your set loss against me?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, I remember that. I remember. Oh man.
Yeah, well, yeah. I was having a really shitty day. I told Adam not to enter me in pro bracket because I was did not want to play pro bracket, and I got peer pressured back in.
Yeah. To quote Malcolm, down with RPI. Let's go to Scan. That was
not my proudest moment. Otherwise, I think I'm good at swallowing a lot of my losses. Like, I was very salty the first time I lost to Pig. There's like a whole story behind that.
Yeah, the pause, the infamous.
Pig used to climb up on that salt PR, didn't he? I don't know.
I mean,
salty recently.
Pig is
he might
definitely
still be top
lost. His iPod is definitely still resting in peace after losing to me.
Shit. You know, it's a verbal thing. Like, Pig
might be.
is definitely a candidate for like top 3. It's actually a question whether or not he's more salty than me. I think I just externalize it more, but I think that's a bigger factor in the.
You do. There's been some Pig yells, dude, and like he's destroyed some stuff, so it's up there. Like I remember him just like, I don't know. Like, sometimes it's quiet soul. Like remember when he just bodied those headphones? Like
oh yeah,
he just ripped them apart, and he was like silent. And it's like, oh my god, like dude, he went in. Dude, I remember the time he lost to someone at, what was it? Sorry, real quick. He lost to someone at Bluefish, the first big one, and he's just like, yo, I'll money match anyone or something. And then Lucky's like, want a money match back? Like, that was sick. But
he took my loss pretty well at the monthly. I feel like, well, I guess to an extent he knew that I was kind of at that skill level anyway. Like, there was a question, and in a sense, that set win sort of established that I am definitely a threat.
Yeah.
So,
but yeah, getting back into that actually, we can talk about like the PR. So Darwin, didn't hear anything that Corey said?
No, I was paying attention.
Okay, so what are your thoughts on this? What are your thoughts for the PR? What case do you want to make?
I think. All right, so obviously top 6 is pretty clear, and then I think number 7 I would probably give to mankow as well. I don't remember anything that I think my list is actually very similar to Corey's. But I would definitely put Lightning in over Sand. And then
if you want to ask about any stats, by the way, we can look that up.
Yeah, we do a skill keeper.
I would be interested to see like Lightning's inactivity versus Sand inactivity. I don't know how much information you have on that, but I think the times that Lightning has showed up, he's been generally pretty consistent. And I think Sand has a couple of bad losses. And in general, I would consider Lightning just like a better player, I guess.
Well, I can list some Lightning.
That's also probably our cabinet.
Yeah, you can list Lightnings. I'll go through Sam's real quick. You can go first.
All right. So Lightning has. This is interesting. He has not split sets with anybody. Like he's either only beat them or only lost to them. So he has only lost to people like Spike, Billz, Pig, Darwin locally, and then he's only beat Sand, Pizza in a Cup, Kevin, KFJ that is, AYZ, RC. Can so on, but like he doesn't have a set versus me or more than one set against say most of these people.
Wait, he's played Billz before in tournament, hasn't he?
Yeah, so in one this season.
Oh wait, that was the one where he went Sheik and shit. Oh god.
Yeah.
Oh, like mankow. Yeah.
Oh yeah, he has no set against mankow.
Family friendly, please. But yeah,
this doesn't include any of the
tried...
RPI internal stuff as well, which
okay.
is like their TMG ranking that you know about Darwin, where I think he beat you, and I think he beat you in that really close Game 5 money match or challenge match right after a bracket.
Wait, no, I beat him in.
You beat him in that?
No, Darwin won. Darwin won. We were both commentating it. I remember this. It was crazy because they both.
It was me and you. Like they both choked it super hard.
Like,
yeah, they both choked really hard.
Yeah, he was like ledge stalling, and then I missed a short hot double laser, and that was the exact time he decided to ledge dash. And then he did a combo, and I don't remember Billz on commentary was like, "It wouldn't be so funny if he did like zero death right now," and he was like,
commentator. Oh no. Oh no, my powers! The abuse of power.
In a sense, that's like a blessing. That's a sick thing to do to pull off on the win.
Commentator's blessing, like.
Wait, so who won that set?
Darwin.
Yeah.
I won both of those.
Okay, so then you're 2-1 in terms of sets.
Yeah.
But 0-1 in tournament sets, or rather, Lightning is 0-1 in tournament sets against you. And you're 1-1 in like out of tournament sets.
Sure.
Whereas Sand, he has losing records, or he hasn't beaten any of the top 6 guys. He does have a 2-1 win over Mankow, or 2-1 record over Mankow. The thing we have to remember, though, is, as we kind of established, like, Mankow was considered a lot worse back then. So
Not a lot,
depends on
but
how-
he wasn't like
He was
tier
like
7
9
at
and
that
now
time.
he's 7. You know, that's like the difference.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was losing to Foshiz, like, every
Yeah.
time back in the day. He has, like 4 losses to Foshiz, so...
I think it's 4-3 against Foshiz right now.
I
Yeah,
mean,
like
he
he-
still has a self-proclaimed problem against Foshiz, but it's like at least he wins now. But it's not
Yeah,
like
he figured it out, and, like, he's better now. So I guess what I'm getting at is, how much do you want to count the Sand winning record over Mankow? And
well, I
I
wouldn't.
think we were seeding Sand higher at the time.
Yeah, when was the last time they played? But also, I would also say that like it's not like Mankow found like Falco Jesus, and then now he's like reformed or whatever.
Yeah, that he hasn't met the Manalord yet. We'll get there.
Oh yeah.
I'll bring him in the pilgrimage across upstate. But yeah,
We have our own Mankow Lord, so it's okay.
the thing with Sand is, like, he also became inactive, but he had a lot more sets before he became inactive. Like, he still has a decent sample size to work with. It's just that he stopped playing near the end of October to focus on PM, where he did show a lot of improvement. Like, he became the best in the region, even if Adam is still higher in the PR.
But even still, I think I don't know. It doesn't. He still loses more, I guess. I don't know. Like
Like, he has a much higher sample size than Lightning. But Lightning doesn't have, put it like this, like, Lightning has a better percentage win and, like, stuff like that, but Lightning hasn't put himself out there as many times. So it depends on what you value, I guess.
Yeah. Let me also say, like, Mankow took a set from you, right, Zaandaa?
Yes, he did.
Mankow,
yeah, that's the other reason why I think Mankow is firmly at 7.
Yeah.
That's
And
the
so-
only reason.
Yeah, well, I mean...
No, I said other reason.
Two
I thought-
people
my
outside
bad.
of the top 6 have taken sets
Okay.
from people in the top 6, right?
It's rare
Well,
that there are
Darwin
any
hasn't
upsets.
done it this season. Mankow, no. Codeman, no. Not this season.
Me. It's me and...
Yeah, you and
Yeah.
Mankow.
Me
Those are
and,
the
me
only-
and Mankow.
Billy, did
but
you
I'm
say
not,
Codeman
I'm not
beat
running
you
the running
in
for it
summer?
because of inactivity. So...
Wait a sec, what's that, Adam?
Did Command beat you in the summer or the fall?
Summer. Last loss to him was summer.
Okay.
oh, actually, hold on. So I know top 6 is really solid, but I remember there was some contention over like 3, 4, 5, right?
Yes.
Well,
Have you
I
guys?
think that Spike, me, Pig, Billy, in any order, could be debatable technically.
Yeah, I agree with that. Have you guys talked at all about like? So I don't know what you guys talked about before. I went on the stream, which is before Corey started talking with you guys. So I don't know if you guys talked about that like 3 through 6 yet.
We didn't go into
Uh,
detail, but we summarized
The
it.
general order we were going with was, for now, Spike, Adam, and then Pig, and then myself.
That's pretty different from what we were saying before, right?
Was it? What were we going with before?
I'm pretty sure when we were talking, like it was like 2 nights ago. It was Zaandaa.
On Skillkeeper, it's Zaandaa, Spike, me, Pig.
Wait, say again?
On Skillkeeper, it goes Adam, Spike,
Yeah.
me, and then Pig. But my gut feeling right now is it's still Spike, Zaandaa, Pig, myself.
Spike, Zaandaa, Pig. Yeah, I'm okay with that. I guess. Pig probably won't be very happy with that, but there's not really much you can do.
I mean, you just have to...
There's an argument for Pig being higher. Like, it's there.
Oh wait, so what's Pig's set count against Zaandaa? We didn't really.
I'm 8-5 against Billy and 8-3 against Pig. This fall.
Okay, then actually, yeah, I would definitely say Spike, Zaandaa, Pig, Billz.
Yeah. Like I said,
Yeah.
I dropped a lot of sets this season.
The only issue I have with Spike, though, still is, like,
Yeah,
I'm wondering if he had played against Pig more, would that have become a bigger problem?
I think he
probably-
could have,
well,
but he could have also adapted. But that's also like what we need to see. Like Spike versus both you and Pig would be very important matches on Friday.
Yeah.
So yes, I will try to influence the seating in some way to cause that, if possible.
Yeah,
Wow,
collusion.
jerk.
You heard it here, folks. We're
Wow,
colluding
what
the
a
bracket.
We also, out of random curiosity, so we also did not get a complete thing on me versus mankow. I'm just curious. I would still put mankow over me regardless of what the answer is, but what was
I
it?
think it's very close, and I think, I think
I would
the
still
fact that Mankow has a set win over Adam, over Zaandaa, excuse me, kind of puts him over you. That's like the only.
The problem is you have a kind of big loss, and he has a kind of big win.
I have a lot of big losses this semester, I'd say. And then I would also say that, like, I've been generally way more volatile, and Mankow is just more consistently, and he just shows up more. So I would give it to Mankow. If
Yeah.
only to reward, like, good show-upness.
According to my skill keeper, that is not completely updated. You're 3-3. So it's like the head-to-head is actually very close. It's just that I think like
Mankow, first to 5 right now for 7?
Oh,
I'm kidding. I would still
Yo,
100%.
don't challenge him. He will bop you, dude, and he'll have this like little evil smile while he's doing it. Like you dare challenge a son of Billz? Like you don't ever think of it.
I actually still think that even though he has never talked shit at all in his entire life,
Dude, I bet he's the best shit talker.
Doesn't-
Like,
Oh,
He's
he
like-
does. He
I bet
absolutely does.
he thinks of all of this stuff. I swear to God, like I can read his mind. I know it.
Yeah, we have a gag.
you
Where
can't be a
there's-
compliment and like not have that kind of attitude. So he just internalizes it. It's fine.
Yeah, Mana. I know he talks that smack. Like he's doing that. Like I don't know.
So I don't know if there's still any thoughts on Codeman over me. I would also be interested in like if I don't know if you still hold that opinion, Billz.
I am kind of still up in the air. Let me look at Codeman's thing again and check out his bad losses or big wins. Because neither of you has a huge win, but I need to see the records again. So yeah, he has a significantly worse record versus Mankow. He's also lost to people like Kevin a bunch, and Jay-Z and Sand. So
I've also lost to Kevin once this semester, and technically that's the only time we've played in tournament.
yeah, he does have the 4-0, the mean 4-0 over RC. I'll say that. That's not. That's definitely not everything. Don't worry.
Yeah, you guys have
yes.
a lot of wins and losses around the whole range.
Yeah, you guys both have some stuff to work with. I don't know. Looking at this now, it's hard. It's hard. I don't know. I feel like I've also seen him a little more than you, which shouldn't be the decider. I would need to see both of your activity again. Like,
Yeah.
I mean, you have like a good amount. Like 40 and 23 is fine. That's fine. Like that's a lot. That's pretty much what I have actually. I have 41 and 18. So you have plenty of activity. That's not an issue.
The only reason I initially, oh, go ahead, Darwin.
Oh no, that was just a meme.
In fact, you actually have more matches than Codeman, but I would also attribute that to, I think, did he miss one of the bigger events or no? Did he miss one of the events with round robin pools?
Wait, who?
Did Codeman go to all? What did Codeman go to like Jalapeno and Cayenne?
I think he missed
I'm pretty sure he
one.
went to at least one of them.
Okay, so like,
Okay, so he lost to DJ, so of course he went to Cayenne.
yeah,
He didn't go to Uprising for sure.
yeah. Let me see if he can. Oh, he lost to J-Mook, so he must have gone to what's it called Jalapeno.
But could you also attribute having less matches equals not making it as far in bracket? Ooh.
We could. I don't think. What's your worst placing this season? I think it's maybe 7th. Is 7th? Is that it or 5th?
I feel like I busted out at least one weekly.
Because
But
his is 9th at a weekly. I know that happened once.
That was me. That was my fault. So that's
That's me.
Well, no, I'm saying if I was that weekly was stacked as fuck. Like, excuse
watch the
me,
language,
that
yeah.
weekly was stacked. So that weekly 9th performance was a bit out of. I was seeded 10th at that tournament, and I got 7th. So I guess my seeding was accurate, but I don't know. He would have had a typical 10th seed in that slot instead of me. So I feel like he probably would have gotten 7th at that weekly if I wasn't randomly there. Just as an aside. But yeah.
that's actually an interesting point. But yeah.
Do we have any
Also,
other
I don't
people
think
that
this
want to
is
join
the
us, by the way?
Yeah, who else wanted to join us? I talked to you. Malcolm I talked to. I don't think he was super interested. Bag wanted to come on and just say hi to me, so I'm probably not going to bring him on. He just wanted to be like, hi, Billy.
Bring on
And
Mankow. Bring on Mankow.
Mankow said he would. Mankow, if you're listening, did you figure out the mic situation? Because I know that was an issue. He's a quiet guy, both in real life and
If any of
on
you guys are
computer.
interested, just speak up. Let Billy know.
Can we also discuss Snow World PR?
Snow World.
What about
Dude,
Dust
Mankow, he's a scientist, dude. He's a scientist.
How did he figure out
He messaged me the next day. He's like, you can technically put in buttons on consecutive frames, but there is a chance that it won't register if you do that. I'm like, how did you figure this out? What? I'm like, did you like go into the game and like debug it or
He
something?
might have it on. He might.
Does he have that frame advance for snow?
He might have went to Snow World boards.
No, snow world boards. No.
Frame data for Yoshi spinning snowboard.
Yeah, Yoshi actually.
Oh, he's back! Oh boy!
How does everybody infiltrating this channel? Oh,
Oh,
So excited for fucking Mankow. Oh my god.
oh my god! All right. Anyways, we have Mankow joining us. This is the number 7 guy we've been talking about a bit. What is up?
I don't know. I missed a few things because of this stream delay, but I don't know. I talked about Snow World.
Yeah, we were talking about how you discovered the secrets, like how you could like I think it was input buttons on consecutive frames, but there's a chance it won't register or something.
Defining the meta.
Yeah, we're doing it, man. The future. That's the
I
future.
actually
Right there.
definitely believe that the future of Snow World meta involves fabric around your thumb. There's no way you can do it dry. Values
Yeah.
protect.
So besides being a top 3 snow whirler player in the region, Mankow is also a pretty strong Falco player, up and comer from this area. What are your thoughts on the power rankings? What do you have to say, sir?
I think that I am definitely number 7.
Wow.
Yo,
Firm
bold.
statement. Bold.
And
But I would agree.
Like,
I
And
feel like
call.
everybody's at this point agreed with
Yo,
that.
what if everybody's just like, yo, I'm number 7. They're all agreed, man. Like,
I mean, in my mind, him being 7th is as the top 6.
yeah, for me that was the idea. Like there's the grouping. We know what the top 6 are. We don't know the exact order of like 3 through 6. We have 7 pretty on lock. It's the other stuff we have to deal with now. After looking at these stats again, I'm leaning towards Darwin all of a sudden. It's weird.
Dude, it's the RPI bias. You don't even go to RPI and it comes.
Yeah, I talk to Adam too
Yeah,
much.
one
I
time I
guess.
had over covered in a beer. That's the classic.
Yeah, dude.
The main reason I initially proposed Darwin over Codeman in the first place was I've played Darwin in friendlies, and I know how good Darwin is. I've seen him play friendlies against Mankow, so it was like me, Mankow, and Darwin at the same setup. And I saw him no offense to Mankow, back to back like clockwork, just win every single game. It was actually funny because we had this situation where I would beat Darwin, Darwin would beat Mankow, and then Mankow would beat me. So that was like a fun little rotation. But yeah,
We all know if Alex tries, he's gonna beat you guys. Don't worry, it's all good, bro.
Yeah.
monthly.
Yo, don't. You think he cares? Like, are you kidding me, dude? Get out of here.
Dude, it's okay. It was, quote me, that day, it was an FD day. That's why he didn't win.
Oh, I see.
What defines an FD day?
If I grab Falco on an FD day, that's the end of that stock. On F.
Oh. You got little M2K over here.
Luigi.
Luigi 2 King. Calm
Hey.
down, bud.
I'm not trying to, like, shit talk, but, like, I 3-stocked him. I grabbed him 4 times and he died.
Well,
I played really well that that day, so.
Yeah, I played bad too.
like, let's not forget. Like, guys.
I just put that into Google Translate from Mankow to English, and that was Darwin. You're shit at this game. No, but yeah, I would. But I would like to play you more next semester.
Yeah.
I'm going to try to be a little more active.
Okay, so let's.
I want to hear more of Mankow's thoughts, though. He's the latest guest.
Yeah, I want to re-rail Mankow. Mankow, tell us 8, 9, 10. Your 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
8, 9, 10. Let me bring up my statistics here.
Yo, what if he's got the notebook? He's made like the little mini spreadsheet. Like, all right. Here's my data.
I'd probably go Darwin, Codeman, then Lightning,
Oh boy.
but I don't
Oh.
know because I've only played him
Oh,
at friendlies. And
RPI biased it on me. Let's go.
Oh,
but I don't know.
I see. I know. I understand, man. Like Lightning's been around for a while, so like, I get like going with the gut feeling, and like, he is a good player. So, I make sense to be like, yeah, it makes sense that. Or I just said that twice, but you know what I mean. Like, it. He is good. He's a good player. I'll put it like that. Even if the stats don't necessarily put him there, like his skill is there.
does the PR end at 10?
No, we can go until whenever we want.
Yeah,
Okay,
but 10
are you-
is what
I
makes
have
most
class
sense.
tomorrow. I can go until 10:55 tomorrow morning if I really want.
Okay, but
Oh yeah, I got a lot of work to do, dude. I'm not-
You guys can bounce whenever. This originally we are gonna do 10 minute slots for people, but like I like this. This is fine.
Yeah, I think this is
Gradually adding people.
So.
Also,
Yeah, gradually adding. That's
if
like
any other
8-man
people in the
conversation.
chat want to be added, we are open.
Yeah, we can get you in here.
Did anybody disagree with Darwin 8 Codeman 9? Was that agreed by everybody in the chat?
Yo, we have not featured Codeman yet. Yo, Codeman, you trying to get in right now, bud?
As,
Yeah,
as
I wanna
you
hear what
get
he
PR'd,
says.
you get added to the chat.
That's actually kind of sick. I like that a lot.
Yeah, that's why Corey's already in here.
I'd also
Yeah,
like to
that's
say
why
I
I'm
don't,
here.
I don't think
Alright,
I have
alright.
a losing
Wait,
record
let
against
me
Sand.
All right, everybody, shut up. It's my son. What's up?
I don't think I have a losing record against Sand. I think we're at least tied.
I think it's 2-1 Sand.
Can you think of some times when you've beaten him?
I beat him jalapeno,
Okay.
and then I lost 2 times at pastime, then I won another time at pastime.
Can you think of the time past? Because we have all the challenge stuff in the skill keeper, to my knowledge.
Yeah, and it is 2-1
Yeah, so-
Sand over Mancow right now.
Manga, who did you play before you played me at that week?
Yeah,
Okay, so Adam, did you count? And you counted jalapeno in this, right?
Yeah.
Is this one of those cases where Adam like colluded with the bracket and made it like, oh, this guy in
No.
losers, and it messed
It's
up?
definitely against my cause.
But repeat your sets with Sand, if you remember them.
Jalapeno, and then he won 2 at pastime, and then I won the latest one.
What's the latest one?
It was like when I played Corey at pastime.
Yeah, it was he played him right before he played me. I remember because you were like, "Oh, you're gonna play Sander Mancow. That's gonna be tough," and I was like, "That was like right after I beat Codeman, so he must have beaten Sand. It's the only way." You were like, "Yo, Sand's a really technical fox."
It's the only way, man.
Yeah, I want to look up what weeks
It
there
would
were
like
comments.
literally
about
not make
it when
sense
I
for me to
played
know who
Billz
Sand
on.
was without this. So
Corey, do you remember what week it was? I can find it real quick.
it was the
Right.
week right before the monthly, so it would
Yeah,
have
it was
been.
I can just check your records. I can find it real quick. All right,
Yeah,
Brolita has.
it's really easy to find everything. So
Well, it says the match history and it says the dates, which is convenient. So let's see. 11-3. So let me check
11.
that bracket real quick. 11-3 melee.
Yeah, it's 11-3 sometime.
Yeah, this was one of those cases where Adam was a dummy. Yo, my boy Globular Bard, some net play
Okay,
dude.
so what happened in this bracket was Mancow got the amazing double buy and had to play Foshes because I had to add Foshes super late. It was one of those weeks that Challenge was just jumping. That Challenge was just dumping people for some reason. I'm sure you remember that, Billy.
Oh, I was hyped for these.
Yeah, so Foshes got dumped by Challenge in this case.
Yeah.
So I had to save the bracket in the best way that I could.
Yeah,
Yeah.
so that's why that stat did not go through.
So then in losers though, Mancow beat Sand.
Okay, yeah.
that clears that up. So that hurts Sand's argument for 10th or 9th.
A
even.
little bit. A little bit, but like
Still 2 wins over Mancow. No slouch.
he's no slouch. It's just I don't know, man. Sand is more active than Lightning, but he's not like a very, very active player.
He was more active in the first half.
Yes.
I thought you were about to drop some hot fire and say, but he's not as good as Lightning.
If we made an argument for any set at Sand in the chat, that is, if we made an argument for any sets not counting, like I wasn't playing my best that day, like sorry, like the only games I've dropped versus Mancow were Super Rusty, Falcon, and then I've 3-0'd
That's
him
not
like
true,
2 out of
Mancow.
times,
That is
right?
not
That's
true,
not.
dude.
Like you can't really pick and choose your arguments though. That's like trying to say Pig was over me last season when like, oh yeah, you beat my ice climbers. and stuff like that.
He beat your ice climbers? Alright, I'm reading
Oh
my
no.
Yo, I didn't beat his ice climbers.
Oh yeah.
It was Pig, Billz, then Zaandaa.
Yeah, Pig 3 won my ice climbers. My week 1 ice climbers.
And also, I would also put it out there that Zaandaa's ice climbers have not dropped a set to Spike.
It's true, and he's an ice climber ditto master, so what does that tell you?
Okay, I'm gonna do some work, so I'm gonna hop out. But I would also, one last thing, I wouldn't say go any further than 10, because then I think it starts getting really fuzzy.
Yeah, it's
No, we
too.
definitely we're not going further than 10. It was 8 or
Okay.
10.
But
Yeah.
yeah, my thoughts. So thanks for doing this, guys. Peace.
Thanks for joining us, man.
See ya.
Later.
See ya.
Alright, so I can add Codeman now. Do you have any other thoughts that you want to say, Mankow? Besides that Zaanda's a scrub for saying that he played Rusty, that's not true. We all know that's not true.
Yeah, I don't really think so.
I mean,
I don't
Falco's
think so
my worst
either.
matchup.
Falco is your worst matchup, please.
Yeah.
Is your middle name John? Are you Adam John Zaanda, sir? Like,
No.
Come on.
No.
Adam Zaanda. Like I said, that was your last name. Yes, guys, it's the secret. It's out. So I just gave Codeman the invite to hop in.
Okay. I should probably hop out. Thanks for having me. My closing thoughts are, I think, personally, I think Lightning should be over Sand. I think it's really a discussion of that 10th slot. I also want to throw my own personal bias in there, and I think there should be an honorable mention, and I think it should be honorable mention.
Okay,
Personally.
we could do honorable mentions. Well, yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
I think
that if Lightning's not included, I would put honorable mention for him, because I also
Yeah.
would personally put him over Sand.
Well, isn't it crazy? All these RPI kids are like, "Oh, let's put Lightning over Sand." That's,
Hey, maybe
that's
if
interesting.
you
It's so
cared
weird.
about how good people were, then yeah.
Sorry,
Not
I'm
just
more
result.
concerned. I'm concerned with using the statistics the best that we can, rather than going off of our eye test. Otherwise, we wouldn't really be having this conversation as much.
Yeah. So I do think honorable mention should be like it should be 2 people really. It should be the one of Sand and Lightning that doesn't make it, and me. I think those are the 2 logical honorable mentions.
Is Hugh Neutron
Just
even
'cause-
watching?
Just because of my wins,
I
like
don't
the
know all the
wins
names.
matter a lot.
All right. Well, thanks for coming, Corey. I appreciate
Yeah.
it.
Thanks for having me. Peace out, guys. I'll
Yeah.
probably be at the weekly this week. Maybe. Huge
Maybe.
asterisk.
Maybe.
I definitely the monthly, maybe the weekly.
Definitely, maybe. All right.
Are you gonna convince GSO to enter doubles with you on Friday?
Is Billz gonna be there?
I'm gonna be there.
Yeah.
I took
If
work
Bill's
off for
there,
this.
I'll honor with GSO. Otherwise, well, I don't know. I kind of want to talk about this later. I'm not going to derail the podcast. Actually, this is kind of interesting because teams is very important to me. I use entering teams even when I wasn't entering singles.
Oh yeah.
Oh, so you did have tournament matches.
Yeah, I actually forgot. But they were at Chic, but still no Johns. I definitely had tournament matches.
Yeah.
Yeah, you beat
But-
both Pig and Spike.
Yeah. Yeah, I have a set win over Pig and Spike. But what was I gonna say? Oh, like if you're gonna team with Billy consistently, I kind of want to have a consistent teammate. I don't want to do the whole jerking around thing.
Yeah.
But GSO plays very different than you. So the first time we teamed, it was very weird. Like
Oh yeah.
at first he would get kills that you would have never ever gotten when we played that FD, because we played a set against 2 Saint and Pig, and like our FD game was not even close. It was like I think I didn't take a hit until they had already lost 4 stocks, legitimately. But
Dude,
anyway,
GSO kind of goes in, but as
yeah,
upstate
he does,
goes,
but
that
he
doubles.
I'm gonna move
gets
Codeman
grabbed a
in.
lot.
Yeah,
and
we
getting
got
grabbed.
Codeman has waited long enough. But we have him in the
Yeah.
building.
Now that Codeman's here, I'm gonna peace out. Thanks for having me, guys.
Oh, rude. Later.
See ya.
Hi, Codeman. Bye, Codeman.
What's up, guys?
How you
Hey,
doing?
Doing good.
what are your thoughts
Been,
so far?
making the code, listening to the podcast, the classic.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm actually making code. I agree so far with 1 through 6, and also definitely agree with mankow at 7. I don't really think that should be disputed at this point.
All right, I think my work's done. Now. See ya.
Your work is never done though.
Yo, little brat.
You better hear that when he turns the stream back on.
It's my boy. It's like I told him, like, you want to come to work? You want to see what Dad does? He's like, I guess. Like, oh my god. All right, my bad.
Okay, I think I guess I'm the final straw for that.
Yeah.
It's like, yeah. Anyways, in terms of below that, my gut tells me something like Darwin, me, and Sand. I don't really know in what order that should be in. I think one thing to consider is also like how close sets were. Like, I know like wins are wins, but there's a big difference if someone's just like dominating someone versus if it's like a really close set or consistently close sets. So I think that's something that could also be considered. I don't know. I can only give like my personal take on that, but because I remember. But I don't know if anyone remembers any other like close sets between players of those caliber.
I remember you and Sand having one. It was a heartbreaker for you. I saw it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. I do remember Darwin beat me in a best of 3, and then later I beat him in a best of 5, and that wasn't as close. And then I think the big like asterisk towards me is I've lost to several like space animal players, and they've all been really close, but that is one thing that I think should be considered for me as well.
Yeah, those foxes, man, it's rough. It's rough out there.
Yeah, so that's pretty much all I got.
Yo, everyone has fox problems though, dude. Darwin lost to a fox. A notable one, I suppose. Yeah, so you think Sand over Lightning? Could you elaborate on that a little bit?
I don't know. It's just like I've only personally seen Lightning I think once at a tournament, like in the past like 8 months. And I know we're not counting like we're only counting the fall, but like I don't see the guy like ever. So it's kind of hard. Like to me it's just like what you said. It's hard to go off of like, you know, predictions and like what ifs and stuff. Like we all know that Lightning's really good.
Yeah, most of the
but-
RPI bias is stemmed from we see those guys every single week at Smash Club, so
Yeah,
like
you
we
see
know
them in
they're around.
friendlies, but they don't make it to the tournaments, which are down the hill. Like, you see the issue here.
Yeah. So I don't know. It's hard to solidify like what ifs and stuff like that. But at the same time, like we all know he's really good. So
Yeah,
that's
I
just
don't. It's like that. I see. I'm with you on that, man. Like, I think we gotta give Stan some credit here. Like, you know, he did show up a bunch of times early on, and like, you know, he took some L's. Like, that's what happens though when you go to things. Like, you lose sometimes. Like, but how many? So Lightning's been to 3 events. Like, did he also go to Uprising?
No, he was busy.
Okay, so he's been to 3 events this season. Like, we're talking that's worse than GSO, who lives an hour away. Like,
Yeah, Lightning is the worst as far as this.
like that's actually like really bad. Like, to me, that's too much. Like, I have enough issues of putting GSO on there. Like, I don't think it's fair to put Lightning on it.
yeah, that's my opinion too. I will say I think I have an undefeated record versus Foshiz and RC.
Pretty sure we verified that earlier.
Okay.
Did we? I forget. Yeah, I know RC, you are 4-0 against him. I did check that. Foshiz, I'm not sure about, but it makes sense.
I mean, also he would know if he lost to them, probably.
Yeah. So like you're 2-0 against Foshes, so or yeah, pretty good
Yeah.
stuff. Whereas mankow has dropped a few now to Foshes, but really mankow is not the one who you're in contention with. I would say, as you agreed with.
Yeah, so I really think Sand is probably the most deserving uh, to jump in there. Like, also I'm just basing off of like my gut feeling, um, just playing him in terms of skill level. I think he should be up there. Um, One underrated player that I think it hasn't been mentioned too much is KFJ. Like I think he's improved a lot in skill um, over
Yeah,
the
he is
past
the
year.
prime example of
Shouts to Darwin. He said he would talk about
Billy
KFJ,
thinking
and he didn't.
yeah, of Billy thinking RPI bias whenever you bring up Kevin KFJ.
Okay,
Yeah.
so my problem with Kevin is he's another one who's inactive, and when he shows up, he doesn't show up that strongly.
Yeah,
If you're gonna be, let me put it like this: like if you're gonna be in a certain skill tier and you don't go to stuff, like you have to perform very solidly, like maybe even a tier above that. Like that's how solid I'm expecting if you're gonna go to like a few things all season. Like you have to solidify your results if you're gonna have only a few that are roughly equal with others.
Yeah, and KFJ does have some interesting stats. I'll list them out real quick. So he's 1-0 against Darwin, 3-1 against Codeman, 1-0 against Sand, 0-1 against Lightning, 1-0 against Pizza in a Cup, 0-1 against Foshiz, 0-1 against RC, 1-0 against Fritznock. So it's like pros and cons everywhere.
Yeah, and he doesn't go to stuff, so this is to me that's way too much variance. But I see what you're saying, Codeman. Like, he is someone who maybe he deserves to be at least mentioned in the conversation. Like he's definitely not the last guy I put on there.
Yeah, but on the other hand, to me, he's like, yeah, he'd be solidly in that slightly next tier, like right after 10. But
So you said he'd
10,
like he would if he showed up.
well,
Oh,
I think he showed up plenty of times. Like he has enough data for that.
showed up 4 times. Like again, not that good. So, yeah, like obviously, like KFJ doesn't really have he doesn't have anything like nothing's going to convince us to put him over Lightning and Sand, of course. But yeah, he could be like in that range of like 13, 14, 15.
yeah, I think so. And I know we're not really talking about like past 10, but
I mean, we can go for it, man. We can do whatever we want, dude.
yeah, I was just trying to mention like I also wanted to mention like improved players that I've noticed over the past year. Definitely Pizza in a Cup, RC, and Foshes, I think are the three that come to mind. And I'm trying to think if there's anyone else.
Pizza in a Cup is he's a good one because he was someone who did show a lot of promise and he was improving, but I think he kind of stopped showing up to stuff.
Well, just not as much. He had a couple off weeks.
Well, when I say show up, I don't mean like perform super well. Like, wasn't he a bit less active? Like, all right, so like he wasn't a lot less active, but he went from being a regular to someone who was like, he's at 1 week leave, but then he's not there for 2 weeks. Like,
Yeah.
one more, not like 2 weeks gone. Like, so, I mean, yeah, he was plenty active. Like, that's actually
He
my
is
bad.
significantly more active than most of the
Lightning
people
or
that
yeah,
we've already
he had
mentioned.
plenty. He had plenty. You're right.
Yeah, I guess I was just also referring to like just overall improvement over the past year.
Yeah.
Like, but yeah, I think that's about it. That's about all I got. I don't know. Yeah, I guess the big contention point at this point is like where to put Lightning.
Where to put Lightning or Sand? You or Darwin? I think it's leaning in Darwin's favor, but I'm still gonna think it over. We're gonna do like a panel of some sorts, so that'll be discussed again.
Yeah, we really just have to factor in things after Friday.
Oh yeah, and also that too.
Yeah. So again, we have 2 tournaments left this season. That's tomorrow at PL, the normal weekly, and this Friday is the monthly at RPI.
But like, what if there was someone else in there who could make a case?
What do you mean?
Like maybe a player who has been quite inactive but also has the skill to join and get on the PR.
What, did we not mention someone?
He's an easy guy to forget, of course, but this man has taken sets off of Zaandaa and Pig, and
Has
he's
he?
he's not showing up right now, dude. I was gonna add Doormat to the chat and stuff and be like, "Yo, what's good, guys?" But like,
No.
how do I get in? Oh my god, you blew it, Maddie. You blew it. You're already too late. Yo, I was gonna add Maddie last minute. Yeah. So and then the other, I don't know.
I don't think it'd have anything interesting to say.
Yeah, like we're not really going off of summer results, but like I do want to keep in mind like when's the last time when's the last time Darwin was beating people in like the top 6 range?
Spring.
Yeah, like Cody did do that like over the summer. I think like he took a set off me. I don't know about the last time you beat Pig. You also beat Zant. Didn't you beat Adam, or is that still summer?
Codeman?
The infamous Thundagu versus Conga Bonga set.
Oh, I beat his DK, but I don't remember when that was, or
That was
if it was
summer.
fall.
That was still summer. Okay, that was right at the end, I think.
Yeah, that was a close grand finals.
Yeah. I'm still trying to. It's like I'm improving. I beat the Roy, and then I beat the DK.
Yeah.
So moving
Dude,
up.
the DK has been around. Like, it's in the combo videos, so we know it's legit.
Yeah,
Yeah,
DK
yeah,
is
like-
much more integrated than Roy, unfortunately. Too old.
There's anyone else in the chat? Perhaps someone
Yeah, we can
Twitch-
keep this
a
going
certain
for like
Twitch
up
Prime
to 10 more
user.
minutes, I suppose.
up to
Um,
10. Then what? Do we get cut off or something?
Well, I'll cut off the episode, yeah.
Why?
Like we can
No,
more casually
people
hang
love
out.
super long content.
Do
All right,
they?
yeah, I guess we'll.
You
cut
tell
off
us,
here.
chat, what do you guys want?
Do you guys like massive blocks of content? Sam, do you want to come on the podcast? You've been in this chat the whole time. You could have asked. You could have like messaged me. Let us know, Sam. There's a delay. Sam, do you want in?
Yeah, just make sure that if you do come on, be civil about stuff.
Yes, please. I know you have a tendency to be not esports on the mic and not esports when you're
Yeah.
cheering.
PL
Your calls.
doesn't allow that kind of stuff.
Keep going till 5 a.m. Heck yeah, dude. What else are we gonna do at work? We're gonna listen to people talk about nonsense all day. That's sick. You have no mic? Don't you have a phone? Download it on your phone, nerd. Yeah, lots of content. Let's go. Does Malcolm want to come on? How do you want to join? You don't have a mic on your phone? What? How do you not have a mic on your phone? That's terrible. Do you make phone calls? Remember those? Like, what? Terrible. Terribly.
I wouldn't mind hearing Malcolm's opinions.
Well, I mean, I don't know how much you'd have to say about Melee.
That's true.
You put Mask in there. Like, yo, remember the time Mask won that PL weekly? Let's go with that one.
Anyways, I think I'm gonna go because I need to keep
Yeah, I got work to
coding.
do and stuff. Alright, well, we appreciate you joining the show, Codeman. It was good hearing your thoughts.
Yep. I'll see you guys.
Double yup.
Later.
ya. He gave us the yup.
Well, that actually, like, unless other people want to come on, we're actually kind of wrapped up in a timely manner. Wait, my phone. Are you guys actually using phone calls? Discord as a mobile app.
Yeah.
That is, oh my god, that is loud as fuck. Discord is a mobile app. Would RC like RC?
Yeah, I thought you said Xeon wanted to join us
No,
earlier.
Xian was like mad random. Like he said like I'd like to join, and I messaged him, and he just said like something. There's something super random. Like, what are you saying? Like, can you just say yes or no? Like, And then he was like, yeah, no, I don't want to come on. Yeah, I don't have much to talk about. He's just gonna be like, you're all lame. You just S smash and do Beyblades. Beyblades, let him rip. Like, that thing. Alright, so Xeon doesn't want to come on. Sam doesn't have much to say. Unless RC wants to come on real quick. I think we can wrap it up, really.
Yeah. Okay.
Yo, Will the Hoff is in the chat. Pig, do you want to come on? This is a game changer. Yo, Pigger.
Is he on Discord?
No, he's on the stream chat trying to join.
Oh.
Let's see. What if he's just like thought he was incognito and then I say that and he's like, oh no. You'll go on for 5 minutes? Alright, RC. Let me send you the link.
Alright, just make sure you mute whatever else you're doing.
You mean mute whatever else I'm doing?
RC.
Oh.
Oh, well, he's not lurking anymore. Pig, you better just join us now.
Yeah, Pig, that's a blow up. Should I just post it in the chat? No, I don't want it to be a blow up. I'm just gonna message people. Sorry, like I could just see so much stupid stuff happening. Alright. There's him. Will Hoffman. Yeah, put a blow up. They'll know your name now, dude.
Oh no. Whose name?
It's Will the Hoff. Oh, he's strictly lurking? He's not gonna. Oh my god, it's so lame, dude. Pig, you gotta make your case, or like we could just put you at number like 9 or something.
Yeah, I mean, he lost the
I mean, it would be helpful. Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, if you could come say like, oh, I should be ranked like number 3 because I bodied Spike, because Puff loses to Adam's characters, because Billz is a fraud. Like that'd be good. Yo, don't pull a Darwin, man. His Falcon was sick. RC, I'll give you like 2 minutes.
After
if you
Darwin
don't join
switched to
while
Fox, I made it a point to beat him specifically with Falcon.
rapping. What a hero you are. That's incredible. You're so cool, Adam. You showed him who's boss. Show him Falcon's the boss.
And then I beat him with Fox.
Then you beat him with Fox. That's
Yeah.
really cool of you. Oh, he has to download the mobile app. Do people not have computers anymore? Are those old too? Or does he not have a microphone? Probably a mic. Dude, this Falcon was sick. He's saying he didn't switch to Fox to pick a top tier, but we all know he's just having those flashbacks of getting gimped off stage. Like, no! That's sad. Darwin, if you want to come back on, you could talk about why we could wrap it up, and you could talk about why you switched to Falcon for the bonus, or why you switched to Fox for the bonus content.
It'd be funny if we like individually ranked people's characters on this list.
We rank their characters. We could do that, but yo, should we just wrap it up, dude? I feel like this is all this dead air. I'm not liking
Yeah,
this.
these
This
guys
is lame.
aren't coming on.
All right,
Okay.
get
So-
wrecked. Sorry, RC. So yeah,
That's
sorry
pretty
about
much
that.
the
Those 5
episode.
minutes of trash, dude.
Yeah, that's pretty much the episode. Thanks, guys, for watching. We're gonna do this bi-weekly, and we're actually going to start that next week. So basically, what that means is, yeah, we did one this week, but it's bi-weekly again, starting next week. So next week, we're gonna be talking about the upstate PR stuff, like what actually happened.
Well, Central New York specifically.
Oh, yeah, Central New York, and someone in the chat mentioned RIT was going to release theirs. So we're going to branch out more into upstate. I hear we might have a special guest.
Yeah, special guest,
Yeah,
Eric G, perhaps. We'll see.
yeah, hopefully that works
Otherwise
out.
known as the Lord of Mana.
So we're going to branch out into more than just CR. Cause
Yeah, I can't confirm him, but he is interested. So maybe him. I'd be interested in hearing other, specifically Central New York. That's what I most want to hear about. Maybe the RIT one, but I know that one mostly only counted like the school events, so it's not as big. But we'd still be glad to have you.
Alright, so that wraps up the episode. We'll stay on for a little bit longer, like if RC still wants to talk or something, though.
Yeah.
Thanks for watching.
Peace.